Mark? Mark?
Well, I figured you'd be open. Sure, there's boats that have been out all night. I get first pick of the catch.
Yeah, you making breakfast then?
No, not yet. But you can have juice or coffee, that's about it.
Some juice and grapefruit if you got it.
Sure.
Make that two, boss. Why, good morning, Mark. We would have thought you'd be prone to the same bouts of insomnia as the rest of us mere mortals. I thought conjugal bliss was a guaranteed remedy for that.
Up so early so you can figure out who to sue next, Mason?
How'd you know?
Intuition. Forget the juice, Buzz. I'm sorry.
I'll drink his. Wait a minute.
Yesterday evening, when her car apparently went out of control. Miss Capwell is listed in serious condition. And now let's take a look at our weather.
I'll be back for that, boss.
Right.
Sorry, you weren't supposed to hear that.
And what time is it?
Don't ask. I wanted to get up early and do a little running before it got too hot. You think I'm crazy, don't you?
No, I think you're wonderful. I can't believe we're waking up this morning as husband and wife.
Relax. Take it easy. Now just be quiet. Can you talk? Here, look at me. Tell me your name. Can you tell me your name? You're cold, aren't you? I'm gonna get you a blanket to keep you warm. Here. There you go.
Who are you?
No, who are you?
Where am I?
No, listen, I'll ask the questions, okay? Now, listen to me. I found you on the beach half dead. Now, I want to help you, but I can't do that until you tell me who you are. So what is your name?
Kate Baxter.
Kate Baxter. Kate Baxter? Well, Kate Baxter, you got a bad cut on your leg. You're gonna need a doctor.
No. No, doctor, no.
Yes, well, take a look at this. Look at this. You leave a cut like that alone, you're gonna get an infection.
No, it'll be fine. I'll just put
No, listen to me.
I'll put some alcohol on it, or you gotta have something.
No, I have some booze, but that's not gonna do it, okay?
It's gonna be fine.
Listen to me, I'm telling you, you got to get to the hospital.
No, don't call anybody. No.
All right? Now, what is your story, sweetheart?
I can't let anybody know I'm here.
Yeah, I'm getting that feeling. Why? Well, are you in some kind of trouble?
No, I just have to keep out of sight. Can't you help me?
All right. Okay, listen, I know this lady who's a nurse. Now, you can trust her. I'll tell you what, I'll bring you here, okay? Just relax, you need help.
Well, I guess you're wondering where I was all night, huh?
I didn't even notice you were gone till an hour ago.
Well, I thought I'd take a walk and come back without disturbing you, but I guess time just got away from me.
You were walking the whole time?
No, I stopped in a bar, had a couple of drinks, and sat in the park.
The park in the middle of the night is kind of dangerous, Mark.
I'm fine, all right? Don't worry. No less worse for wear.
Good. I wish I could say the same thing.
I'm sorry I worried you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you don't feel like you can wake me up and talk to me.
Talking isn't going to solve this, Mary.
Well, what's going to solve it, Mark? Taking walks in the middle of the night? Look, I think we've got to discuss this.
Listen, I've got a million things going through my mind. I'm a little mixed up right now, and until I get a little insight into those, I don't think I should start throwing around half-baked theories.
Well, here's a theory for you. You don't want to hurt me.
What?
I think you know what the problem is. I think you just don't know how to tell me.
That's not true, Mary.
All right, then what is it?
Well, okay, I guess I'm been resisting the easy explanation anyway. I just had major surgery. And often after an operation like that, you lose a certain amount of body awareness. You wake up and you feel changes, and you feel unsure, and that'll manifest itself in ways that you don't expect. It's happened to my patients, I mean, and it's almost always temporary.
Mark, if that were true, if that's how you really felt, you wouldn't be torturing yourself like this. You'd relax. You'd tell me to relax. We'd let nature take its course. I'll tell you, I don't think that you believe it's got to do with your operation.
You know, that's exactly why I didn't want to bring this up. You act as if I'm deliberately trying to deceive you or something.
No, not deceive me. I think you're trying to spare my feelings. Mark, if there's something that I need to do that I'm not doing, I need to know that. If I am the cause of all this, I've got to know.
Mary, you can't help the person that you are or the life you've led. You have fears about love, about sex. And any woman in your position would, I think.
Go on.
Sometimes I sense these fears from you, and it's if there's a person standing in the room with us. I mean, we could have our arms around each other, we could be holding each other, and all I can sense from you is that you're pulling away. I don't know what to do about that.
I love you, Mark. I swear I do.
I know you do. I do. I believe that. But there's something inside of you, Mary, that your mind has no control over, and neither does your heart. And all I'm left to wonder is if you're still drawn to someone else.
I married you, Mark. Would I have done that if I had...
I said it was a momentary thing, all right? God, you asked me to confide in you, and I do, and you get mad because I tell you my feelings.
I'm not mad.
Okay, then you overreact to everything I say. You know, it's no wonder I want to keep these things to myself.
That's not true.
We can't talk this to death. It'll work itself out, Mary.
I noticed you have a doctor appointment today.
So?
So you missed the last one. I think you should try and keep this one.
I will, okay?
All right.
Mary, I'm sorry. I don't mean to yell and...
It's up. You don't have to say anything.
Dial 7321. 7321.
You all right? What happened?
How much do you know?
Flashed a picture on television, something about a car accident.
She hurt pretty badly. They had to bring her to surgery.
God. What did the doctor say? Do you know anything?
We know she lost the baby.
She was pregnant?
Our guess is that she miscarried. She tried to get to the hospital and she passed out behind the wheel.
Oh, no. Kirk, I know there's nothing I can...
Mason, I really don't want to think about it right now. All I want is that Eden will be all right. I may have lost a child, but by God, I'm not going to lose my wife, too.
Yes, I'm trying to reach Cruz Castillo. Can you please give me a number where he would be?
Hello?
Hello, may I speak to Cruz Castillo? Santana?
Yes. Who's this?
This is Sophia. I'm trying to find Cruz, and I was given this number.
Oh, and you were surprised to find me here instead. Well, don't be. Cruz and I were married last night.
What? You were what?
I'm really not
Supposed to be telling anyone, but I just couldn't help it. Cruz and I decided that we're going to keep it quiet for a while for Brandon's sake, so please don't spread it around.
No.
No, I wouldn't.
Unfortunately,
My
my...
husband is out jogging right now. Would you like to leave a message?
Sophia?
Yes, Santa, I'm sorry. It's just that you took me by surprise. I certainly didn't expect this. There has been an emergency, and I wanted to speak to Cruz. Perhaps you could ask him to call me.
What emergency?
This is a special time for you, and I don't want to spoil it.
What happened? Will you please tell me?
All right. Santana, it's Eden. She's been in an accident. She lost control of a car, and they brought her to the hospital. That's where I'm calling from right now.
She's gotten through surgery. She's not regained consciousness yet, but we think that she's going to be all right now. It's up to you whether or not you want to tell Cruz. I just thought he would
Want to know.
I'm sorry, Sophia. Thank you for calling.
Sorry about the timing. I had no idea.
No, of course not.
You do what you think is right, Santana.
Yes.
Hey. Good morning again.
How was your run?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's beautiful outside. The air's so fresh you can taste it. Let me just stretch out here for a second. You know, I think we should treat ourselves to a nice long walk before we head back. What do you say?
Sure.
So, what have you been up to while I was gone?
Nothing very much. I just had a little bit of breakfast, that's all.
Look, I know you're anxious to get back to Brandon. We can let the walk go and if you want to just head back.
No, that's fine. I'm not in a terrible rush.
Fella? Hey, fella. He was gonna go get somebody. No. Oh. There's no word if we can see her yet.
No, nothing yet. But I assure you, we'll let you know just as soon as possible.
Thank you very much.
Still won't let us see her.
No, not yet.
Been here all night?
Yes. But I look better than you do. Where have you been?
Just doing some legal reading. Keeps me from contemplating my fate.
I'm sorry. I know things have been real tough for you lately. I am sorry.
For what?
Because you and Santana breaking up, I know it hurts.
I don't know what you're talking about. That was my idea.
No, it wasn't.
How do you know?
Oh, because I lived with you for many years, and I'd learned to know you, to read you.
Oh, come on, Sophia. Most of those days were miserable. Don't romanticize it.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, I knew you didn't want me to try to take the place of your mother, take the place of Pamela, which I never would have presumed to do anyway. But I did have you in my care, and I got to know you, even though you fought me and you didn't want me to. And when bad things happen, and I see you tap dancing to prove to the world that you don't have any scratches, I get real suspicious.
Well, I may have a few scratches. At least I'm not lying in that room.
She's gonna be all right. I know she is. And I keep telling your father that. We just have to believe it.
You know, when you say it, Sophia, I almost can believe it.
Kirk, you heard something?
No, nothing yet.
I'll never forget the way she looked when they put her into that ambulance. It feels like 100 years ago.
Yeah, I heard you just happened to be driving by.
When I saw her, she hadn't lost the baby yet. Still hoping that maybe there'd be some chance. We really wanted this one.
I get you something from the cafeteria?
No, thanks, Mason. Thanks for being here, huh?
Mason, how's Eden?
She's resting. Apparently she made it through surgery all right, but we haven't been able to see her. Dad's trying to scare up a doctor to find out what's going on, but no luck so far.
Maybe I can help. I'll see you as a sign of the case.
You sure you're not too tired? You were up at such an ungodly hour.
Excuse me, Mary, I gotta talk to you.
Angel!
Hey! What are you doing here?
Lady, you mind?
Yeah, I do mind. You tried to kill us 4 months ago.
Mason, it's all right. I know him, all right?
Look, I went to the clinic, and they told me you were here. I gotta talk to you. I got a friend who needs some help.
All right.
Wait a minute,
No, Mason,
Mary.
it's all right. It is.
Dr. Bradley dial operator. Dr. Bradley dial operator.
Mark, I'm glad you're here. Would you please find my daughter's doctor and tell him we deserve to know her condition? We haven't heard a word for hours.
Now, Mr. Capwell, I'll see what I can do, all right?
I'd appreciate it, and I want you to be on the case officially.
I'll be glad to.
Well, she's hurt. She's got a big cut on her leg and bruises, and I think her shoulder was weak. I think she almost drowned.
But she's conscious?
Sometimes, yeah, but sometimes no. But one thing I know for sure, she can't make it to the hospital, and that's why you gotta come with me.
Angel, they have ambulances. There are things that only a hospital is equipped to deal with.
I know that, but she won't come. She's afraid. She's not gonna come to the hospital.
Why not?
I don't know, but what I do know is that she needs somebody, and I told her she could trust you. Please. Now, I understand why you're afraid, but just... If we keep talking, she's gonna get worse, Mary. Please, will you just come with me? Trust me.
All right, yeah. All right.
Oh.
I thought that might perk you up. You seem a little sleepy.
Well, someone left the alarm on at 5 a.m., as I recall. No, I'm not sleepy at all, really.
Why are you so quiet?
The phone rang while you were running. It was Sophia.
What is Sophia calling here for?
Eden was in an accident. She's in the hospital.
What kind of accident?
Car accident. Sophia thought you should know.
Is it serious?
I don't know. All I know is that I think that she's going to be fine, and I believe that they're waiting to hear for sure.
Oh, what a drag. I mean, for the people having to wait there, it's hard to wait for that kind of news.
If you want to go wait at the hospital, that's fine with me.
I don't think I have to do that.
I didn't say you did.
Then what are you saying? You want me to just drop everything here and rush back there without even knowing what's going on?
I don't care what you do. But whatever you want to do, I just hope you do it, because I don't want you to pretend for my sake.
Look, I'm sorry. I feel bad knowing she's in the hospital, but if there's nothing I can do, I don't see...
Fine. If that's the way you honestly feel, then that's fine.
I think I'll just call up there and see if I can talk to a doctor, see what's going on.
Bueno, quiero hacer una llamada a larga distancia, Ruita.
Dr. Levin, report to maternity. Dr. Levin, report to maternity, please.
Mark is looking at Eden's chart right now. It's good to at least have him on the case. Keep us informed occasionally.
Yeah.
Mr. Cranston, there's a telephone call for you at the nurse's station.
For me?
Yes.
Who is it? Did they say who?
Mr. Castillo, I think he said.
Cruz?
Santana and I just heard that Eden's been hurt. How's she doing?
She's pretty stable. She had surgery last night. The doctor seemed to think it was successful.
Well, is she conscious? Have you spoken to her?
No, they won't allow us to see her yet.
She had surgery last night and you still haven't been able to talk to her?
Look, Cruz, she's got a whole team of people that are watching her every minute. If something were wrong, I'm sure they would have told us.
How did this accident happen, Kirk?
We're not sure yet. She just apparently, she lost control of the car. Thank God she had a seatbelt on.
Yeah, thank God for that. Is it being investigated?
Yeah, police are looking into it. Listen, I really don't want to type the hospital line, Cruz.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'd like to know what's going on. I want to see if there's something I can do.
No, not a thing, but thanks. I'm sure Eden will be fine. Very soon.
Well, I hope so. I'll be in touch.
She gonna be all right?
That's what Kirk said.
You don't believe him?
Well, he sounded weird. Of course, he always sounds weird to me. I don't know.
Tell me something.
Yeah, what?
He didn't mention the baby. Why not?
I'm not supposed to know about it, for one thing.
I wonder if it's gonna be all right.
Well, I don't know. She just had surgery. I think that's pretty dangerous at this stage of a pregnancy.
Didn't think about that.
Look, Santana, I want to go back to the hospital.
Cruz, you're not a doctor. You said yourself that there was nothing you could do.
Yeah, but I want to find out what happened.
She was in a car accident. The car went out of control. Isn't that what they said?
There has to be a reason for that, and I want to know what it is.
Excuse me.
Good morning. All right, listen, we've discussed Eden, and we found out there's really nothing to be duly worried about right now.
What does that mean?
Well, I've just examined your daughter, Mr. Capwell. She's stabilizing nicely. She's in some pain, but we're medicating that.
Doctor, can we see her?
I don't think you should see her for a while. Okay? As long as she sleeps, I think we should let her.
Well, when do you think we'll be able to talk to her?
Well, I don't think much before noon.
Now, have you told us that of everything? I mean, she's really all right.
Well, there's nothing broken. There's no vital organs affected. And the surgery went fine. So I think Eden's greatest problem right now will be to, face the fact that, the loss of her baby.
And she had more children.
Well, I can't predict that right now, but I'm optimistic.
Listen, I think the thing we should concentrate on is the fact that the worst is over. The post-operative period is always tricky, but Eden seems to be coming through just fine.
Well, I'm grateful. I would like to make one request, Dr. Miller.
What's that?
I realize you told us that you can't talk right now, but still, could I just go in and sit with her? I promised I wouldn't disturb her. I want to be in the same room.
All right. I think that's possible. Come with me.
So you think she's in good hands?
Definitely, definitely. I discussed the surgery at length with Dr. Miller, and as he said, no internal organs have been damaged, the bleeding's been arrested, and there are no broken bones. It's excellent news.
Stay on top of things, will you, please? And I'm really glad to have you here. It's very comforting. It really is.
Yes, thank you very much, Mark.
Oh, really, it's my pleasure, really. It's no problem. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an appointment with my own
Please,
doctor.
I'm sorry to hold you up this long.
Well, if you can't see her, I'm going to go get some breakfast. Either of you care to join me?
No, thank you.
Dr. Hart, CCU.
Why didn't you go with him? When's the last time you had something to eat?
Don't mother me, Sophia.
I don't intend to, Cece.
I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has been. The sun came up. Our girl's all right. Our girl's gonna be just fine. It just seems so funny at a time like this.
What?
You're the only one that knows how I feel right now. We share something that's ours alone.
We did. create 3 beautiful children, didn't we?
Yes, we did. And we're going to have some grandchildren one day.
Turk took it hard about the baby, but I think he'll be strong in front of Eden. Got a tremendous amount of resources. He'll really kept it together.
Well, he certainly seems to have her best interest at heart, doesn't he?
Aren't you glad you didn't call Cruz now? You see how Kirk and Eden have to be together to comfort each other without any distractions?
You looking forward to seeing Brandon again?
Mm-hmm. He'll drop me off first and then go to the hospital.
You're welcome to come to the hospital with me.
Are you sure I wouldn't be in the way?
No, of course not. So how did Sophia sound when you talked to her? Was she very upset?
She seemed relatively calm. She was probably very tired because I got the feeling that she stayed at the hospital all night. Cruz.
Yeah.
I told her we were married. I said it before she said anything about Eden. She asked to speak to you, and I just blurted it out. I hope you're not unhappy with me.
No, that's all right. People are going to have to find out sooner or later anyway.
But we said that we're going to keep it quiet for Brandon's sake for a while.
Yeah.
I did mention that to her. I asked her not to spread it around.
Oh, that's good.
Just in case you're worried that she might tell Eden.
No, I wasn't. I was going to find out just like everybody else. Besides, right now she's got more important things on her mind than whether you and I got married.
By the time I left, she was already asleep. I gave her a blanket to keep warm. She was shaking really bad, you know?
I think that was from being in the water, or did she have a fever or something?
It's Mary.
She must have gone to the beach that night. I figured after she had a few minutes. She's busy this trip to San Diego. I guess she really want to party. I guess... Hello? Hello? I don't know what could have happened to her. She was too sick to get anywhere on her own. She could hardly open up her eyes.
Maybe she's in the bathroom?
I don't even think she could get that far. I'll check, though. Hello? No, it's empty. No, I don't know where she is. I give up. I'm sorry I dragged you here, Mary.
Well, look, it's a good sign, right?
What do you mean?
Well, she's obviously not as bad off as you thought.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Thanks a lot for coming with me. You're all right, Mary. Thank you.
Look, I'll tell you what, Angel. Here's my number. Just in case she shows back up, this is where you'll find me. But I think that she needs to get to a hospital or the clinic if she's as bad off as you say.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Thank you.
So you convince her of that, all right, if you see her again.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See her again. I'll see her again.
No!
What are you crazy? Huh?
Stop it. You're hurting me.
You're hurting yourself, lady. You just passed up a chance to get some help. Now, what are you nuts?
I told you I didn't want to see anybody.
Yeah, you told me that, but why? You didn't tell me why.
Can't you just understand?
How can I understand if you don't tell me anything? First, you tell me your name is Kate Baxter, which we both know is a lie. Now, who the hell are you?
I told you. Look, I have some money. I could pay you.
How'd you get the money? Is this the problem? Is this what you don't want anybody to find out? About the money?
No. I just have to stay out of sight for a while. Please, I promise I'll pay you. I just don't want to...
All right. Calm down. Relax, okay? Just lie down.
No. You have to believe me. I don't have anybody else. I don't have anybody but you.
Can I assume that you've been frank with me when you tell me you have no complaints?
Why? You have reason to think otherwise?
Not really, but when I talked to your wife on the telephone yesterday, she, well, I thought I heard an element of concern.
What did she say?
No, nothing specific. She was aware that you missed your last appointment and wanted to be sure you didn't miss another one. I asked her how things were going, and she said all right, but I thought I heard reservations.
Oh, well, look, she's a nurse, you know. They think they all know more than even we do. You know, I'm never doing enough of this. I'm doing too much of that.
Yeah, well, hopefully she'll keep you from overdoing it. More power to her. Well, I got to go check on a patient at 6 West.
Okay, thanks a lot. Good to see you.
Dr. Chris, please report to radiology. Dr. Chris. Dr. Bradley, dial operator. Dr.
What?
Bradley, dial operator.
That wasn't one of Eden's doctors, was it?
No, that was one of my doctors.
Oh, well, how are we doing? They always say we in hospitals, don't they?
No, we don't.
Oh, what, was it bad news?
I'm fine, thank you. As if you care.
Well, I do, Mark. I was a little worried about you, seeing you out at all hours of the morning. You know, it's a little early in the game for the kind of squabbles that set a young husband walking the streets at night.
Why don't you mind your own damn business, Mason?
Of course, they say the first year is the toughest. Those minor adjustments can set even the most devoted newlyweds at each other's throats.
I said let it go.
I was joking, Mark.
I don't like your jokes. In fact, I'm getting tired of your jokes and tired of your assumptions. I'm certainly tired of your face.
That's it. I really don't know what else that I could tell you. Not until I talked to Eden. I was passing by. I recognized her car. And, well, I pulled over. I couldn't believe it was her. Then I saw them loading her up into the ambulance, and I'm sorry, officer, but maybe the doctors told you that my wife, she was pregnant and she lost the child in the accident. It's still so fresh in my mind.
Yeah. I understand. I'm very sorry.
Dr. Hunt, report to 3 East. Dr.
Inspector
Hunt?
Castillo? I didn't know he was assigned to this case.
He's not.
Hi.
How is he?
It's good news. She's fine. She's not awake yet, but she's fine.
Thank God.
You could have found all that out in a phone call. You had no reason to come all the way over here. Everything seems to be under control, Cruz.
Well, I guess I just had to see that for myself, Mr. C. Oh, Kirk?
Cruz.
Danny?
Inspector, Mr. Cranston arrived just after his wife's accident. I was just questioning him. Did you want to take over?
No, you go right ahead, but I would like to listen in if you don't mind. I'm very interested in what happened here.
Do you have any idea where your wife might have been going, sir?
No, I don't. I saw her earlier at home, but she didn't mention any plans for later that day.
Well, you might not be aware, Mr. Cranston, but your wife's knees were very badly scraped, and they found particles of wood in them. Apparently, she took some kind of a fall just before she got into the car.
I didn't know anything about that.
There's also the matter of blood that wasn't hers, which was found on her collar.
Yes. I can't explain that either. I assumed that when she fell, I didn't tell you on the phone. Eden miscarried.
I'm sorry. So, we have reason to believe that she met with some other kind of accident before the car accident, is that it?
Looks that way.
Well, I'm going to find out what that was. I'm going to do everything humanly possible to find out.
Well, I appreciate you doing whatever you can. I'll cooperate in any way that I can.
That's good, Kirk. I think we got to get started right away. And since we can't talk to her, maybe we should try to reconstruct her day, retrace her steps, so to speak. Why don't you join me then at the station house for a little
Cruz,
while?
I think I'm going to stay here, all right? When Eden wakes up, I want to be the very first face that she sees. Excuse me, officer.
Dr. Kim, dial 7344. 7344, Dr. Kim.
All right, so if she was hurt before she went into the car, that would explain why she lost control. The blood on the collar, has it been to the lab?
I hear the findings.
Thanks.
Dr. Hart? Dr. Hart, this is you.
Are you a blushing bride yet?
Yes, but we're not telling anyone yet. We want to ease Brandon into the situation. We're taking our time.
Dad doesn't know, huh?
No, not yet. And Mason, I want to be the one who tells him.
I can take a hint.
Have you seen Eden yet?
No, she's still unconscious. And I imagine her first few waking moments won't be any too pleasant. You knew about the baby she was carrying.
Did she?
She lost it. I imagine she'll be devastated. Santana, don't think the worst.
What?
I know you. You're afraid that Cruz only married you because Eden was pregnant. Now that she isn't, you're afraid that'll change.
Mason, excuse me. Cruz?
Yeah.
Can you take me home now?
What, right now, this minute?
Yes. Now that we know that Eden's all right, I don't see any point for us to stay.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask Eden some questions about the accident.
I need to ask you some questions, too. Did you know that Eden lost the baby?
Yeah, Kurt just told me. I hate to think what it's going to do to her.
Well, this may sound terrible, but I hate to think what it could do to us.
What does that mean?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. The one reason, the only reason that you were able to give up on Eden was because she was carrying another man's child. Now that she's not carrying that child anymore...
Santana, nothing has changed.
You say that now.
Yeah, what happened to Eden has nothing to do with us. We're married. And I intend to stay married.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have had to say that. I shouldn't have had to ask.
It's all right.
I just love you so much. Look, why don't I just take a cab home? I'll wait for you there.
It's a good idea. I may be a while.
Okay.
Thanks.
Cece? Can I talk to you for a moment?
Sure.
Eden's nurse says she'll probably sleep for another hour, maybe more. I'm going to duck out for a little fresh air.
It sounds like a good idea. Can I come with you?
Right.
Dr. Chris, please report to radiology. Dr. Chris.
Excuse me. Have you seen Mr. Cranston?
He just left. Is there a problem?
Oh, no. His wife seems about to regain consciousness. She's talking and repeating something.
What, is she asking to see him? I could probably catch him.
No, it sounds like she's saying cruise, like the ship.
That's me. That's my name, Cruz.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
May I go in?
Yes, please.
Thanks.
There you go. And I'm not too good at this.
No, you're fine. It feels much better already. Let me see if I can put a little weight on it.
No, look, I don't think you should do that.
Look, I can practically walk already.
Well, good, then you can walk out to my car. Look, I'm going to take you to the local precinct, all right?
What are you talking about? You bandaged me up? Why? Why? Just so you could take me into the police?
Because I thought you'd wise up by now, and you haven't done that. So the first aid just ran out, baby. I'm not running a free clinic here.
Wait a minute. I told you, I pay you.
And with what?
I have a bank account. Just give me some time.
Okay, now this bank account. Now, what name is it under?
Where are you going?
Look, if you're not going to go with me to the cops, I'm going to bring them here, all right?
No.
Yes. And don't try hiding in the closet this time, all right?
It's Gina. It's Gina Capwell.
Capwell?
You know the name.
Well, who doesn't?
There's going to be a lot of talk about me. I mean, if it were anybody else, nobody would pay any attention, but I'm going to be front page news, mister.
And what did you do?
You want to know the truth? I saved somebody's life.
Oh, and so why aren't you sticking around to get your Purple Heart? Or don't you like publicity?
It's a long story. You see, when I saved this person, I made somebody else very angry. Angry enough to kill me, and now he's going to come after me, and I can't let him find me. That's why I need to stay here out of sight. Look, I'm really scared. I know it's not your problem. I can't even ask you to help me out. Look, I'll just leave, and I just want to thank you for what you've done.
Forget it. You're not going anywhere.
Yes, I am. Just watch me.
No, look, you're gonna get about a half a block, and then you're gonna fall down.
Right. Just what am I supposed to do? I can't ask you for any help. You don't want to get involved, and I don't blame you. I can't expect you to care for somebody you don't even know. Can I?
Dr. Miller, Dr. Frank Miller. Report to the fourth floor nurse station.
Last night in Mexico, my cousin performed the ceremony.
Well, Santana, you finally got your wish. Brandon can now be yours.
I hope you don't think that's the only reason I married Cruz.
Why don't you tell me what the reason was?
Well, it's not like Mason. I love Cruz. He loves me.
I hope so.
I realized that it's going to be a big adjustment for Brandon, and God knows he's had his share of adjustments. So Cruz and I have decided that we are going to live apart until we feel that Brandon has gotten used to the idea.
I think that's very considerate of you.
Certainly a lot more considerate than you've ever been.
I beg your pardon?
You've used Brandon shamelessly, the same way that you've used me. You've never cared whether he'd adjust or how. He was only the payoff. You've only used him. You never cared about his feelings.
Your gratitude is touching.
Why should I be grateful to someone who looks at people only in the light of what he could get out of them?
You got what you wanted. Shouldn't that temper your bitterness?
I have paid for what I have. I have earned it. And I want you to know now that I will never give it up.